We see at Manor that teaching and learning really is the key to school improvement and sustaining that improvement. And so the Key Stage 3 strategy, in many respects, falls into the kind of things that we've been working on. We see it very much as a teaching and learning initiative, and that builds in quite nicely with the work that we've already been doing.
Speaking and listening comes as paramount importance in terms of their evaluation, analysis, and it helps them to understand that we are trying to make them into like skillful, independent, knowledgeable learners.
Today we're going to be looking at dribbling and turning, which we've looked at before, right? But we're going to be we're hopefully going to be able to improve our turning and our dribbling. Okay, so there's one thing. The other thing I want you to do today is you will be able to tell somebody or tell me what we do in a warm-up and why we warm up. Right, just before we go into the warm-up, I'm going to give you 10 seconds, and in the 10 seconds you come up with 2 reasons of why we're warming up. Why do we do it? Go. Can you still give me 2 reasons why we're warming up?
So we don't pull any muscles and we get our blood pumping around.
Right, excellent. And you must face me. Now at the minute you stood on the inside circle, the white circle if you like. When I shout out go, I want you to turn, sprint out to the blue circle right around the outside. When you get there you're going to turn and you're going to come back in here. On your toes again, ready? Go! Sit all the way out to that's it, to the outside and back in. Brilliant, well done. We've done the first part of our warm-up. What usually comes next then?
Stretching.
Stretching, wonderful. Right, why do we stretch?
So you don't pull a muscle.
So we don't pull muscles. Great, right. We've had an answer there. If you agree with that answer, thumbs up. If you disagree, thumbs down. If you've got something to add, hands up. Okay? Right, make your vote in 3 seconds then. 3, 2, 1, go. Right, lots of people agreeing. Right, something to add.
It gets the blood pumping around your body.
Right, gets the blood pumping around our body. Anybody else got anything else to add?
So you don't ache in the morning after you've done PE.
Fine, brilliant. So what you're going to do now is you're going to go away with your partner, or with a partner, or in a small group, and you're going to perform your own stretches. Right? When you perform your stretches, as you're showing them, try to describe to them what you're doing as well. Right. So if you're my partner, you will also ask me a question about the stretch. For example, which muscle is it stretching? Okay, why are we stretching it? Something like that.
What's the effect of stretching that muscle?
Right, we stretch the calf muscle at the back because when we're dribbling and turning in football, that is one of the muscles that we will use the most, isn't it? Right, so you won't only be asking the questions, you'll have to be able to give a response as well. Go. What was the question she asked?
Why do you stretch the muscle?
Right, why do we stretch that muscle? Okay. You think of a response. I'm going to come back round in a minute and you'll have a response for me. You can help her if you want, but continue doing your stretching. Okay. Someone want to ask her a question? Anyone want to ask her a question about...
What muscle stretching?
The quadriceps. When you've got your football, you'll have 6 seconds to dribble the ball, turn round the cone and get back. You only have 6 seconds, that's your task. Remember, you've got 6 seconds to do this. Are we ready? Go! 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. What made it difficult?
We only had a small space, so everybody kept bumping into each other.
Right, does anybody any suggestions of how we could resolve that?
Space out a bit more.
Right, so we could space ourselves out a little bit more. Right, when we go away again, back to your lines, if you want to move your marker code, you can do. Right, now if that means to give yourself a little bit more space, or whatever, you might want to take it a little bit further out to be more challenging, or if it was too hard last time, bring it in closer. Okay? When we turn this time, I want you to try and turn in as many different ways as you can. Alright, so think about the different ways you can turn. Go. Go! 4, 3, 2, 1. What we're going to do now is we're going to watch the two girls perform their 6-second task. where the dribble turn around the ball and go back. When you watch this, you must be able to see if you can see any differences between the two. I'm going to ask you about the differences. Okay? Right, girls, are you ready just to show your ways of turning? Go! Fantastic. And dribbling back. Fantastic. You've now got 15-20 seconds to come up with two differences between them. Okay? Talking to a partner. Go.
Don't know the differences. Size. Yeah,
Those ones.
size.
Let's just look at what any other
Speed. Chloe went faster. Chloe went faster.
Okay, stop. You have to discuss with your partner two differences. Right, 3, 2, 1. Tell me one.
Chloe had longer distance.
Right. Can anyone expand?
Chloe went longer, so she had to go faster in 6 seconds because she had to get there and back.
Right, fine. Excellent. Right, so anybody notice any differences in the turns? Yes, Alex?
Chloe makes tight turns and Harry makes long turns.
Do you want to draw down on there what you actually mean by that? So put on marker cones and show me what you mean by a tight turn and a longer turn.
Well, when Chloe comes out, she does it really tight.
Yeah.
And Harry can do it like...
Just goes further round.
Yeah, she's further around.
Right, can we see that? Right, so what we're saying there was the tighter turns and a longer turn. What difference does that make then? What's the difference between a tighter turn and a longer turn? And what difference will that make? Come on then, Alex.
Because in the time it takes to make a long turn, you have to go all the way around. But if you make a tight turn, it takes less time.
Right, can anybody tell me any differences about the way in which the two girls turned?
Chloe put her foot on the ball and stopped her and turned.
Right. Chloe put her foot on the ball and turned it.
Yeah.
Yep. Can anyone expand on what she means there?
Drag back.
Right, the drag back turn. Good. Right, what about Heidi's turn? Turning that way. Okay.
The side of her foot to get it round.
Right, does anybody know what that turn is called?
She was inside hook.
So, the two different turns, inside hook. What's the inside hook? What part of the body do you use on the inside hook?
The inside of your foot.
The inside of your foot. Excellent. And the drag back turn?
You drag your foot back.
Right, put the foot on the ball and you drag the ball back. Yep, good. Right, girls, at the beginning of the lesson I gave you two objectives. Right, your objectives were that one, you would be able to describe to someone why you do a warm-up and what you do in a warm-up. And the other one was to be able to improve your turning. Just to round up then, girls, today I think you've worked tremendously hard. Before we go, you're now going to give yourself a mark out of 5 for how much you think you've learned and improved this lesson, right? I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, and you're going to show me with your hands, right, your fingers how many. So you might give me a 2, a 3, a 5, whatever. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, show me. Some 4s, some 3s, a 1 down there. Okay. Just stop there a minute, just put your hands down. I've noted there that not anybody has given me a 5, which means that we can improve further. In your own head now, I want you to think of a sentence about how you could improve further next lesson. That thought you've got in your head, yeah, I'm going to ask 2 or 3 people about at the beginning of next lesson, okay? So then we can use that to improve hopefully even further. Keep them thoughts in your head for next lesson and I'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Initially, my concerns were that in terms of the activity that the pupils were doing was not enough. But because of all the interaction that went on in terms of their knowledge and their understanding of what they were doing, that helped to accelerate their performance later in the lesson. And I think that was important because if the kids know why they're doing things and what they're doing, that then helps them with their performance as well.